Welcome, everyone, to this very special deep dive. We have tailored this specifically for you.
Hello.
Today, we are really on a mission of acceleration. We want to look at how to gain knowledge quickly, how to master new language skills.
And most importantly, how to take action.
Yes, how to take decisive action to maximize this one precious life we have.
It is a critical subject.
It is. And our source material for today is, it is highly motivating. It's a powerful message from the YouTube channel English Avenue.
A great source.
We are using it not just for its incredible life philosophy, but also as a really rich foundation for practical English language mastery.
Exactly.
Our mission today, through our unique approach, we call it native ear, is to extract both that deep knowledge and that crucial linguistic insight.
We will be focusing very intensely on clear speaking and accurate pronunciation.
Yes, and understanding exactly how these high-impact English phrases are used in real life. We really want you to internalize the language of motivation itself.
That is the goal.
And guiding us through all of this profound material, providing that clear analysis and those essential insights, is our instructor. Welcome.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here. We must ensure that every phrase we discuss today is really internalized by you, the listener.
Transforming from just information
Into active, usable language, yes. And as always, we will speak clearly, slowly, and focus intensely on the practical application of this vocabulary in your own life.
By the end of this deep dive, we have some specific promises.
Designed for excellent results with minimal effort.
First, you will have internalized several high-impact English phrases related to motivation, willpower, and decisive action.
Second, you will gain the critical psychological context for 20 powerful life lessons.
Right. Understanding the deeper mechanisms behind things like procrastination and growth.
More specifically, you will learn to identify common phrases related to procrastination.
And master the vocabulary associated with responsibility, with willpower.
And personal growth. We will be focusing on those strong verbs and assertive statements.
You will also understand, and we hope, confidently, use powerful English analogies. For example, the seas analogy or the one about the two wolves.
And finally, you will grasp the difference, the rhetorical difference, between passive waiting and decisive active language.
It's a lot, but it's so important. We have just one life. So the question is, are you truly living or are you just existing?
A powerful question.
What are you doing today to create the life you dream about? This is really the central question we have to answer.
It is.
So please do not miss out on these useful lessons. Take a moment right now to like this deep dive, subscribe to the Native Ear channel, and share this knowledge with your family and friends.
Let us begin.
Okay, let's begin with the most fundamental concept. This is drawn from lessons 1, 4, 5, 13, and 15. The core idea is the absolute destruction caused by delay.
It is all about urgency.
Exactly. Injecting urgency into this exact moment.
Yeah.
So, lesson 1. It hits us immediately with this powerful, challenging language.
It really does.
It says, "You are not killing time. Time is killing you." This is such a shocking reversal of that common phrase.
And that shock is the entire point. The source uses severe language here for a reason.
Right, because every moment you spend scrolling, every time you hit snooze, you are not just relaxing.
No. You're destroying pieces of your actual life because your time, that is the only thing you truly own.
The only finite asset. And the source reminds us that life is not pausing for you. It is moving slowly but surely.
You are getting older. Your dreams are just sitting there waiting.
And that idea of waiting for someday, it is presented as the foundational lie of procrastination.
Because someday is a date that never, ever arrives on the calendar.
So the solution they provide is powerful but simple. Start valuing your hours like gold.
It is very actionable advice. Write a short, clear daily plan.
And this is the big one. Cut just 1 hour of social media and use that hour for reading, learning, or, working toward a goal.
That is right. And let us analyze the language here because it is so deliberate. The central phrase, time is killing you.
Yes, let's unpack that.
In this context, the verb killing is figurative. It does not mean physical death. It means destroying or wasting or undermining your potential.
It is rhetoric. It is designed to wake you up.
Precisely. Its persuasive power is undeniable. Then there is that common excuse, I will do it tomorrow.
We all say it.
We do.
Yeah.
And we emphasize speaking the full words, I will do it tomorrow. This clarity is essential. When we say this, we are really just valuing the immediate comfort of delay over the future reward of action.
It is a psychological trap.
It is. And finally, the solution uses these very active verbs, to value, to cut, and to grow.
So I must value my morning routine.
Exactly. Or I will cut my television viewing, and I want to grow my business skills. These are the words of action.
Which brings us to lesson 4, and the demand for brutal honesty. The source says that I will do it later is just the voice of laziness and fear. It is trapping your weaker self.
And that when you say later, what you often really mean is, I do not want to do this at all.
Yeah. It is an avoidance mechanism. And winners, the source insists, have a completely different mindset.
No delay.
They say now, right now, this second. They act even if they are scared or not ready.
Because they understand that later becomes never. And that leads to regret, which is described as the heaviest pain.
The example they give is so painful. Regretting not starting that YouTube channel 2 years ago, and now you are watching someone else live your dream.
That is the price of delay. It is a very high price.
So the solution is intensely practical. Set a timer for just 10 minutes and start right now.
One action now is better than 100 perfect plans for later.
Yes, and that language here is so rich. Let's look at the phrase brutally honest.
Right. The adverb brutally means intensely or harshly. When something is brutally honest, it means it is deeply true and, well, uncomfortable.
It leaves no room for excuses.
None at all. And then we have that powerful structure again. Later becomes never. The verb becomes is key. It shows that transition of state.
Planning for later inevitably transitions into never.
Exactly. And the counter to that is the action phrase, stop overthinking.
I think we can all relate to that one.
The prefix over simply means too much. So overthinking is analysis that has become counterproductive. It leads to inaction.
It paralyzes you, and that builds right into lesson 5, which gives us this stark warning. Your mind can become a cage.
Overthinking is the destroyer of life.
Yes, because you spend all your energy imagining failure and defeat before you even try. It keeps you stuck.
You do not need to know everything to begin.
You just need to begin. The analogy they use is perfect. The man who wants to learn to swim.
Right. He reads books, he watches videos, he buys the best swimsuit.
But he never jumps into the water, so he will never learn.
Learning requires immersion. It requires action.
So the advice is to think for just 10 minutes and then act for the next 10 hours. Build momentum.
Let action become your habit. Success comes from doing.
And linguistically, that metaphor, your mind is your cage, is so powerful.
It is. A cage is something that confines you. Here, it is used figuratively to mean you are trapped by your own thoughts.
And then there's the word momentum.
A crucial noun. It means the force or speed of movement. Metaphorically, for personal progress, it is about getting that first small win that makes the next step easier.
You build momentum.
You actively initiate it. And finally, there is that simple structure. You just need to begin.
It removes all the complexity.
It does. It is a clear, simple, non-negotiable way to express that the only real obstacle is getting started.
The urgency just keeps building. Lesson 13 reminds us the clock is ticking.
Time is not waiting for you. It will not start because you are tired or confused or scared.
Every second that slips away is a second you cannot get back.
And the worst part is that realization 10 years from now, looking in the mirror and seeing all that lost time.
Filled with regret. The source asks this really critical question. When will you stop watching others win and start creating your own life?
It is a direct challenge.
It is. And it concludes with this powerful statement. What is scarier than failure is regret.
Failure is temporary. Regret is permanent.
Your time is now. Let's break down that idiom. The clock is ticking.
A very common and essential one. It means time is passing quickly and you need to act now. You use it to convey urgency.
And then there is that emotionally charged question. What the hell happened to my dreams?
The intensifier, the hell, shows profound emotion. Shock, confusion, despair. It is used when you're just intensely frustrated.
So it's a very powerful rhetorical tool.
Very. And let's not forget the practical adjectives used to describe that state of delay. Tired, confused, and scared.
These are the core reasons for inaction.
And being able to name them clearly in English, I feel confused, I am scared, is the first step to overcoming them.
And that leads us to the final lesson in this segment, number 15, which asks the ultimate question.
Why not now?
Exactly. People are always waiting for next week, next month, next year. But the source challenges this directly. What will change?
Life will still be messy. Fear will not just disappear.
There is no perfect time. And every second you wait, your dreams fade just a little bit more.
They dissolve into dust.
So the solution is repeated for emphasis. If you want to change your life, you have to start now. Take one small step right now.
And that question, why not now, is a direct challenge to all excuses.
You practice saying it with a firm, determined tone.
You do. And then we have the abstract noun, opportunity. A chance, a favorable time.
The context implies that opportunities are fleeting. You have to seize them.
You do. And finally, we have that comparison structure. Your dreams fade just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more. It sounds small.
But it expresses a small, continuous, and compounding negative effect. It shows that even minor delays have a huge cumulative cost over time.
Okay, so in segment 2, we are shifting our focus. We move from the external pressure of time to the internal mastery of the self.
This is all about mindset and responsibility.
Yes, these lessons 2, 7, 8, 14, and 17 are intensely focused on your internal locus of control, on mental toughness, and taking absolute ownership.
It starts with lesson 2. Stop blaming and start building.
And the core idea here is brutal self-accountability. Your life is your responsibility.
And not your parents, not your friends, not your governments.
No. And the source says people waste years crying about what they did not get. I did not go to a good school. I do not have the money.
These are presented as excuses that let the past control the future.
But the winner's mindset is completely different. The winner says, I do not care what I did not get. I will create something from nothing.
That is a declaration of pure self-directed power.
The example they use is so powerful. Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty, suffered abuse, but she built her life.
She did not sit and cry or blame. She used her reality as a catalyst, as fuel.
So the solution is, first, accept your story, but refuse to be a victim. And second, write down your problems, write down one solution for each.
And take action. The source says you are not weak. You are just not using your power.
I love that. And the language of that phrase, I will create something from nothing, is just incredible.
It is. The verb create means to bring something new into existence. And from nothing emphasizes the profound nature of that change.
Building success from zero.
Or even from negative circumstances. And the central noun here is responsibility. It is a long word, so we must practice its pronunciation carefully.
Responsibility.
Perfect. Mastering this word reinforces the idea of total self-ownership.
And then there's the contrast. Accept your story, but do not be a victim.
The conjunction but is so effective there. It sets up a boundary. You acknowledge the past, but you actively reject the passive role.
Which brings us to the real battle in lesson 7. You versus you.
The ultimate enemy is inside you.
Yes, that part of you that tells you to quit, to relax, to be average. It is the lazy you versus the ambitious you.
And every single day you wake up and you face a choice. Who will win today?
The person who scrolls for 3 hours or the one who reads 10 pages?
The choices are small, but the cumulative effect is transformative.
And this struggle is captured perfectly in that analogy of the 2 wolves inside you.
A very ancient and powerful analogy.
One wolf is laziness and doubt. The other is strength and ambition. And the one that wins
is the one you feed through your daily actions.
The solution is framed as a war on your weaker self. Kill your lazy habits.
Track your day. Celebrate every small victory.
And over time, your identity slowly changes. You go from procrastinator to producer.
And that phrase, it is okay to be average, is used here in a very negative way.
It describes a dangerous complacency.
It does. And in the analogy, we have these comparative verbs, scrolls versus reads. They represent opposite choices for your time and attention.
And the adjectives, sleepy versus hungry.
Exactly. Articulating those contrasts helps internalize the psychological choice. And then there's that direct command, kill your lazy habit.
That's very strong language.
The metaphorical use of kill emphasizes the need for decisive, total elimination of those negative routines.
Which requires willpower. And that's lesson 8. Work on your willpower.
It is presented as a muscle.
Right. If you do not train it, your feelings will control your life. And feelings are described as liars.
I do not feel like working out today. We have all been there.
Willpower is doing the right thing even when you do not feel like it. When your body says no, your mind says yes.
Successful people are defined by this discipline. They show up even when they are tired or broke or defeated.
Because willpower is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets.
And the solution is to start small. Choose one thing you do not want to do and just do it anyway.
And then reinforce it by saying to yourself, I do not break promises to myself.
Let's focus on that foundational noun, willpower. It's the strength of mind to carry out your decisions.
Yeah.
The pronunciation, willpower.
And that correlational structure, the more you train it, the stronger it gets.
A very useful pattern. The more X, the stronger Y. It shows a direct relationship between effort and result.
The more I practice speaking, the more fluent I become.
Precisely. And we must practice that full, non-abbreviated negative statement. I do not break promises to myself.
It conveys unwavering commitment.
It does. It is a powerful tool for building internal self-respect.
Okay, lesson 14 is one of the hardest truths in the entire series.
It is. Nobody cares, and that is your greatest power.
The first part is tough to hear. Nobody really cares about your problems. Nobody is coming to save you.
People are too busy fighting their own battles.
You can wait for sympathy, but people will just nod their heads and move on.
But then comes the twist. The power. If nobody cares,
then you are completely free. Free to do whatever you want. To fail, to try again, to look stupid.
you are liberated from the need for anyone's approval.
So the solution is to use that loneliness as fuel. Build your life like nobody is watching, because they are not.
Rise like a warrior. Let's analyze the idiom here. Hit you hard.
It means to be painful or shocking to hear.
It does. And we have the contrast between sympathy and to save. The source says waiting for either is a fatal distraction from taking action yourself.
And then that incredibly strong statement of freedom.
I am free to do whatever the hell I want. The intensifier, the hell I want, shows this intense, defiant self-determination.
It is about freedom from judgment.
Exactly. And the final lesson in this section, number 17, is about expectations.
The prison of dreams.
A powerful metaphor.
Living for others' expectations, family. Society will kill your spirit. People put a box around your life and tell you to stay safe, not to dream too big.
And if you live only to make others happy, you will end up hating yourself.
Smiling in public, crying in private, it turns you into a prisoner in your own life.
So the solution is a radical act of self-liberation.
Break the chains, stop living for others, and start living for you.
And that might mean disappointing people sometimes. Saying no. Walking your path alone for a while.
But it's necessary. Let's look at that metaphor again. Expectations, the prison of dreams.
A prison is a place of confinement. Destiny is your future. So the metaphor implies that external expectations confine and obstruct your highest potential.
And the command phrase is break the chains.
Very assertive, very direct. It implies overcoming significant emotional bondage.
And finally, we should discuss how to use the phrase, I hate my routine.
Right. The verb hate expresses a strong negative feeling. Using it clearly isn't just complaining, it is the first necessary step toward change.
I hate my routine of checking my phone first thing in the morning.
Exactly. That clarity helps you identify the specific target for transformation.
Okay, we are now moving into segment 3. Here we are focusing on the external challenges to growth.
The comfort zone, comparison, and the necessity of risk.
Precisely. This covers lessons 3, 6, 9, 10, and 12. It is all about courage, uniqueness, and setting your own standards.
We start with lesson 3. Your comfort zone is a trap.
The argument here is so strong. That comfort zone, the repetitive safe routine, it feels easy, but the source says you are dying slowly from the inside.
A very powerful phrase.
Because there is no growth in comfort. All success lives outside of it.
If you want to be fluent in English, you have to speak, even if you make 100 mistakes.
But most people never start because they are paralyzed by the fear of embarrassment or failure.
The advice is stark. Let them laugh, but you keep moving forward.
The analogy they use is just beautiful. It is about a seed.
Right. If the seed stays safe under the soil, it never becomes a tree.
To become a powerful tree, it has to break through the soil, face the sun, endure the wind. It has to face resistance.
So the solution is systematic. Do one uncomfortable thing every day.
Fail proudly, fail loudly, but always fail forward. Nothing great ever came from staying safe.
Let's analyze that figurative language.
Mm.
Dying slowly from the inside.
It's metaphorical.
It is. It signifies the loss of spirit, of ambition, of potential. It conveys the immense cost of staying stagnant.
And that command, fail proudly, fail loudly.
The adverbs there, proudly and loudly, describe an approach to failure that is visible and defiant, not hidden and shameful.
It encourages a positive relationship with mistakes.
It does. And for the seed analogy, we have the simple phrase, face the sun. The verb to face means to confront something directly.
To confront the challenges necessary for growth.
Exactly, a very useful verb.
Now, lesson 6 shifts to identity. It's about becoming a specific kind of person. Be that guy.
And this identity is defined by contrast.
Right. Do not be the lazy one, the complainer, the one who gives up. Be the person who does what others do not.
Wakes up early, studies when others party, speaks when others are scared.
The goal is to become so disciplined that you inspire people without even saying a word.
And you have to accept that not everyone will support you. And that is okay.
As long as you believe in yourself. The solution is an internal monologue. Every morning, ask, what would a disciplined man do today?
And then do that. Do not tell people your plans. Show them your results.
Let's look at the adjectives used to describe this persona. Disciplined, powerful, unstoppable.
These are high-impact, high-value motivational words. Unstoppable means impossible to halt or defeat.
And the action phrase, show them results.
The emphasis is entirely on observable, demonstrable performance, not just words.
And that structure, who does what others do not, is so effective for defining this unique person.
It is a simple but powerful contrast.
Okay, lesson 9 identifies what might be the most destructive modern trap of all.
Comparison.
Comparison is killing you. The source is unequivocal. If you compare yourself to others, you will never be happy.
So many people hate their lives because they spend more time watching other people's lives than building their own.
And the truth is, you are making a fundamental error. You are comparing your behind the scenes.
Your full, unedited 24 hours with all the struggles and failures.
With their highlight reel, a 15-second clip of perfection, you do not see their pain.
Comparison is the fastest way to kill your own progress. You have your own path.
The analogy of the sunflower and the rose is perfect. If they compare themselves, they both forget their own unique beauty.
So the solution is radical. Unfollow people who make you feel inadequate.
Focus on your own journey. Compare yourself to who you were last month.
Replace comparison with inspiration.
Let's define those compound nouns. Behind the scenes and highlight reel.
Behind the scenes is the private, unedited reality. The highlight reel is the curated summary of only the best moments.
And the emotional verb used is hate yourself.
It is intense, but it accurately describes the result of chronic negative comparison.
And then there's that feeling of, I am not enough.
The word enough here means sufficient or adequate. Understanding that phrase is crucial for addressing the insecurity that comparison creates.
And that leads to a crucial piece of advice in Lesson 10. Do not take advice from those who have not done it.
It's about protecting your vision. Not everyone who gives advice is qualified.
Do not ask a broke friend how to get rich. Do not ask a person who is scared of English for advice on fluency.
The internet is full of noise, words with no experience.
You are the driver. Do not take directions from someone who has never been on that road.
The example is so relatable. Your uncle who worked a 9-to-5 his whole life tells you not to start a business because it's too risky.
Why listen to him?
The solution is a simple filter. Has this person achieved what I want? If yes, listen carefully. If no, thank them and move on.
Protect your vision.
Let's focus on that key adjective, qualified. It means having the necessary skills or experience. The pronunciation, qualified.
And the idiom, worked a 9-to-5.
It defines a standard, predictable, safe office job, which is contrasted with the risk of entrepreneurship.
And that conditional advice structure is so useful. If you want to build a house, you do not ask.
The man who lives under a broken roof.
Yeah.
It expresses the need for competent guidance.
And this segment ends with the absolute necessity of risk. Lesson 12, no risk, no story.
You cannot get greatness without risk. No successful life is built in the comfort zone.
Playing it safe results in a life that is quiet, predictable, and empty.
And at the end of your life, no one will remember how safe you were. They will remember what you dared to do.
The example is being scared to speak English because people might laugh, leading to years of silence. What if one moment of courage brought 10 years of reward?
So the solution is to take one risk today. Ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen?
And then ask, what if it actually works? Be the one with scars, not regrets.
And that negative structure is used for emphasis. No successful life is built in the comfort zone.
And the repetitive phrases, no adventure, no growth, no story.
That repetition creates a powerful rhythm. And then we contrast the nouns, scars versus regrets.
Scars symbolize action and courage. Regrets symbolize inaction.
It is a life defined by action versus a life defined by passivity.
We have arrived at our final and most intense segment. This is all about internal self-reliance, consistent action, and radical transformation.
This is the culmination of the mindset shift.
Yes, these lessons 11, 16, 18, 19, and 20 are about moving from passively waiting to actively commanding your own life.
It begins with lesson 11. Pick yourself.
The premise is blunt. The world will not pick you. They will not clap for you until it is too late. They will not believe in you until you have already made it.
You have to stop waiting for permission.
Stop waiting for a lucky break or for someone to say you are good enough.
Your purpose is not to be chosen. It is to create, to lead, and to win.
The example of J.K. Rowling is perfect. Rejected 12 times. She did not wait for validation. She picked herself.
And eventually, the world had to follow her lead.
So the solution is personal. Write your own name on the opportunity. Start that book, that podcast, that channel.
And commit to that daily affirmation. I do not need anyone to pick me. I pick myself every single day.
The central command here is just so powerful. Pick yourself.
The verb to pick means to choose. And the action is entirely self-directed. It requires no external validation.
And the counter to passivity is stop waiting for permission.
Permission is the noun for official consent. The pronunciation, permission. The phrase means you stop seeking a go-ahead before you start.
And then there's that future statement. The world cannot ignore someone who believes in themselves.
The double negative cannot ignore emphasizes the inevitable nature of success when it is driven by unshakable self-belief.
Which leads to lesson 16. If you do not like your life, create a new version.
It revisits the idea of stagnation with intense severity.
Are you dragging your feet every day, expecting things to change while you do the exact same thing? The source calls this insanity.
The liberating truth is that you are the creator of your life. You are not a tree. You are not stuck.
You can evolve. You can rebuild.
And if your life feels fake or wrong, the advice is aggressive. Burn it to the ground and start again.
Change your habits, your friends, your environment, your thinking.
The solution is to decide right now. You are an artist, and life is your canvas. Create your new, powerful, unforgettable version.
Let's define that term insanity in this context.
It's repeating the same actions while expecting different results. The pronunciation, insanity.
And those transformative verbs, evolve, rebuild, and that idiom, burn it to the ground.
Evolve is gradual development. Rebuild is complete reconstruction. Burn it to the ground means totally destroying the old structure to make space for the new.
And that simple comparison, you are not a tree. You are not stuck.
It grants psychological freedom. A tree is stationary. A human can always move and change.
Next, lesson 18 addresses a universal reality, pain. Your pain is your power.
Everyone carries hidden pain. Betrayal, failure, rejection.
And this pain will either destroy you or it will build you. You decide.
The strongest people use their pain as fuel. It is what made them tougher, what taught them self-respect.
Do not be ashamed of your pain. Be proud you survived it. You are stronger than whatever tried to break you.
The solution is to channel that energy. Turn your pain into art, into discipline, into motivation.
You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. And remember that beautiful metaphor.
The darkest nights produce the brightest stars.
Let's look at that phrase. Turn your pain into art.
It means using pain as an active, creative, constructive force. It becomes the foundation for your work.
And the contrasting verbs destroy you versus build you.
They represent the two possible outcomes of hardship, and the choice between them is yours.
Okay, lesson 19 gives us an update to the two wolves analogy. Starve your distractions, feed your focus.
The two wolves are now identified as distraction and focus.
Distraction is scrolling, gossiping, binge watching. Focus is reading, working, learning, building.
And the one you feed with your attention wins.
Feeding distraction makes your dreams weaker, your brain lazy, your motivation fade.
You betray your future for comfort today.
The solution is described as militant. Starve the distractions, turn your phone off, cut out toxic people, set boundaries like a warrior.
And then aggressively feed your focus. Work, learn, build, try again. Focus is a muscle that must be trained.
And the promise is immense. 1 year of pure, undivided focus will completely transform your life.
Let's analyze those core commands. Starve your distractions, feed your focus.
To starve is to deprive of food. To feed is to supply with food. Here, it is about managing your attention.
And we have those specific verbs for wasting time. Gossip and binge watch. Very relevant modern verbs.
And that phrase, set boundaries like a warrior.
Boundaries are limits. Setting them like a warrior means setting them firmly and defending them fiercely.
And that brings us to the final crowning lesson. Lesson 20. Life does not owe you anything, so fight for everything.
The winning mindset. The world does not care about your potential. It only rewards your performance.
Life is not a gift. It is a battlefield.
Nobody is going to hand you success. No fairy, no genie, no perfect timing. It is all on you.
Stop complaining. Stand up and declare, I do not care how hard it gets. I will make it happen.
The mindset is, life does not owe me a thing, but I will still take everything I deserve. I will work harder, suffer more, and show up earlier.
The conclusion is a challenge. If you want a crown, earn it with blood, sweat, and obsession.
You pay the price now in effort to avoid the higher price of regret later.
Let's practice that direct statement. Life does not owe you a thing.
The full, non-abbreviated negative is essential here. It conveys the absolute nature of self-reliance.
And that high-impact noun, obsession.
Intense, overwhelming focus on a goal. The pronunciation. Habla ici sh. Anan. It implies the total commitment required for world-class results.
And finally, that rhetorical question. Are you just going to sit there and complain?
It is common in persuasive English. It pushes someone toward action by highlighting the absurdity of their passivity.
So we have completed our deep dive into these 20 powerful lessons. We have seen how critical it is to shift from procrastination and blame
To immediate, self-directed action.
The theme is absolutely clear. Transformation is achieved only through self-ownership and relentless, consistent effort.
And for you, the English learner, remember this essential takeaway. The true power here is not just in the ideas, but in your ability to articulate them clearly and confidently in English.
Right. Practice using these strong declarative sentences.
Use the active verbs we discussed. Value, create, face, and master that tone of certainty in your voice. This vocabulary is the armor of a disciplined mind.
That's a great way to put it.
And I want to add, the source material reminds us that right now, things may feel heavy. Maybe finances are low, or your mind is tired.
It's a constant fight.
It is. But I want to emphasize that everything will be okay as long as you make the non-negotiable decision to just keep walking forward. You are not finished yet.
You are not weak.
You are a focused storm waiting for the moment to rise.
That is the essential insight. You genuinely have no idea of the immense capabilities you are truly able to unlock. You are not behind.
You are just warming up.
You are just warming up for the next most crucial phase of your life. It is absolutely not too late to begin.
Not at all.
So, we leave you with this final provocative thought. What is the one small, non-negotiable step you will take right now, not tomorrow, to create the extraordinary life you were born to live?
A question that demands an immediate answer.
Thank you for joining us for this intense deep dive. Remember the key lesson. Take action today, not tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, and share the Native Year channel so others can benefit from these lessons and transform their own lives. Stay strong, stay disciplined.
And we will see you in the next deep dive.